world famous dispensary here in Denver, Colorado, 260 Broadway. We have some of the hottest brands in the city, but today we're all about edibles. It's all about edibles. I'm sitting here with my man, Bob. Bob, can you, some people, they never really see the man behind the product. which I mean, I literally commend you for this. I mean, 'cause most people, I mean, not to say they just stay at home, but you're out and about.
Oh, no, I'm locked in a box all day. Yeah,
right.
I still actually work for a living. You know, my primary focus for the last several years has been national expansion. So,
right.
You know, we're the largest chocolate company here in Colorado. I think we're the second largest gummy company now. You know, our wellness line has taken off and become, I think, second or third in the state for wellness products.
So talk about expansion. What other states or markets are you in?
We're currently in operation now in Oregon, Illinois, Nevada, Colorado, and Puerto Rico.
Yes.
We were operating in California, but with the new rules and the new licensing, you know, we took ourselves off the market a little bit over a year ago, and we've been still waiting for our team out there to get their license together and get the facility built out. So just taking a little bit slower than normal, but we were in the California market, and I believe right now I've got deals in another 9 states. They're almost done.
Because they got legislative of other states going to come on here soon.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because as the states come up, you know, even though it passes and it becomes legal, now you still have rulemaking, then you have licensing, then you have putting, so it's still years, right? So there are places we've had deals signed for 2 years and we're still not in production. So, you know, some things in this industry move very quickly, and some things move at a snail's pace, and it's frustrating. But you know, there are a lot of states coming on board. You know, national and international expansion is really my primary focus right now. You know, Colorado has, I think, is the most robust market in the country right now. That's what we see every day. You know, Colorado, we're well established, so my sites have been outside of this state, and you know, I've turned over the reins to people like Steven and our sales team, and you know, we've got a great group of people here to keep Colorado moving forward. And
I know Steven forever. When I was a little bitty bartender, you know what I mean? And Steven was in the cannabis community, so you do got a great.
He has been around for a long time.
You got a great guy. How did the brand? How was it created? How was it started?
You know.
In a nutshell, you probably.
Well, no, it's not really a nutshell. I mean, it's a pretty interesting story, and everybody I meet has a story, right? Everybody who's here typically has some sort of story, and it never really revolves around the money.
Right, correct.
You know, for me, I got into medical cannabis watching it work for my grandmother. Okay. So 10 years ago, my brother started infusing cookies for my grandmother, who was at the end of her life, and you know, she was in a lot of pain and arthritis and couldn't sleep and didn't have an appetite, and he started infusing cookies for her, and it worked. I saw it and I was like, holy crap. You know, cannabis is medicine, right? It's not just what the hippies say so they can smoke legal weed. right. And you know, I've never been afraid of cannabis, right? I grew up with cannabis, I consumed cannabis most of my life, but actually seeing it work from the medicinal side, the light bulb went off. And you know, my partner Rick was running one of the largest bakeries here in Colorado, and we'd always talked about side businesses, and typically revolved around food. You know, so when I brought this idea to him, he thought I was crazy, and you know, said no.
Everyone thought it was crazy. Real estate people to bakery people.
You know, he came and he met my grandmother, and he saw what it was doing for her, and you know, his expertise was really perfecting a recipe and duplicating that 20,000 times a day. You know, so as we did research 10 years, holy crap, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, we found that edibles were just so inconsistent, and people were afraid of them, and you know, asking around, and you know, nobody tested their products. You know, it was, you were here. It was Saran wrap, Rice Krispie treats with a homemade label that said 1 times, 2 times, 3 times strength, right? And we went, what the
what is
that?
What
that means nothing to anybody. You know, and it's funny because you look back on that, right? And you look where we are now, where we're doing 1 milligram products, 2 milligram products. We're telling people to start with 5 milligrams. And you're getting a Rice Krispie treat and eating the whole damn thing, which could be 100 milligrams, 200. You had no idea. And that's why people were terrified, right? So, you know, when we started, it was all about treating it as food and medicine, and it was about proper labeling and demarcation. And activated milligrams, right? We
Right.
started putting activated milligrams on our labels, and people didn't understand that for the first couple of years. They had no idea what an activated milligram was. And
Right.
well, hey, I can eat 250 milligrams of this guy's product, but I eat 50 milligrams of yours, and I'm way. And it's like, well, because is it activated? What is he talking? It's. So it took a while for people to understand what we were doing.
Mm-hmm.
But once you realize, hey, if I take a square of this product, it's going to make me feel this way every time I take it.
Right.
Once people understood that, things took off.
It was understood. And speaking of that, you're talking about the products you have. How many products do you have underneath the one brand?
Oh God. I think we have 17 flavors of chocolate, right? We're the number one
This is one of
chocolate
my
company.
favorites. You're talking about the squares. This right here.
Yeah.
I know.
Funny.
I know 2 squares right here have me just righteous. Like, I'm a lightweight when it comes to edibles. Like,
So that was interesting, right? I started that project because I wanted chocolate and peanut butter.
Mm-hmm.
So I would just come in and like start making recipes and start melting chocolate and peanut butter together, and then figured out, get rid of the chocolate. It was just these peanut butter and I'm like, these things taste awesome. We started throwing, and then Rick threw pretzels in there, and I was like, oh my God. Yeah, so that was fun to make. That was kind of the first bar that we had the first four or five original flavors that we partnered up with Derek way back in the day. Because we're all, our first employee and partner was a classically trained pastry chef, right? He is a chocolatier, but we came out with brownies and apricot bars and carrot cakes, and people today still say that was the best infused brownie they ever had 10 years ago. But we quickly realized that when you're throwing away, a brownie, you're throwing away THC.
Yeah.
So, as we were coming to that realization, we met up with Derek, right, who taught us about closed loop extractions, and I brought us some chocolate recipes, and the oil is easier to work with, right? It's easier to infuse the products, and the chocolate was a very stable medium for us, right? And we made some great flavor profiles, and for 4 years we couldn't keep up with chocolate, right?
Right.
So we were just like, everything was focused around chocolate for a lot of years, just because that's all we could do. And then we finally, there's a little bit of extra cannabis in the state, right? Rec had finally kicked in, so we really started to branch out. And, we had done some gummy products in the past. But we really wanted to kind of up our game, right? So,
right.
So we spent about a year coming out with new gummy products, a new recipe, the sour packet inside, something that could be marked and stamped that was compliant, right? Because compliance is our biggest focus, right? I tell everybody we're a compliance company first, right? Because if you're not compliant, you don't have a company.
No company.
Yeah.
No employees, no people.
Yeah.
No nothing.
Yeah. No nothing.
That's what it's about.
So it was all about being compliant first and making sure that the products were stamped and marked and looked well and tasted good. And in that time frame, I think gummies exploded like 300% the whole industry.
Right.
And we were off the market, so. So it's taken us a while to kind of claw back into that market, but I think the last metrics we looked at, we were number 2 in the state. So
you guys do, and you also have on the CBD side, you guys have a CBD gummy.
We have a whole CBD line, and
I think that right there, I don't know if that what your demo per se is, but if the demo is 35 to 55, you got that. That's gonna win. I mean, and I've tried it myself. I'm in that little demo. So it's awesome, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great product.
Those are fun products to sell, and
It's a great product.
people who are very hesitant about cannabis. Not only do we have, we've got a whole bunch of 1 to 10 milligram products, right? So you're taking 1 milligram of THC, 10 milligrams of CBD. So that is a very, very entry level product for people who are, a little bit worried, a little bit concerned, but want to start to feel the effects and feel the benefits. You still have those people who, hey, my favorite story is I got a buddy who's like, I don't want to get high. He's sitting there drinking beers. I'm like,
what do you mean?
Yeah, I'm like, fine, here, have some CBD gummies. Yeah, and 2 days later, he's like, can I have some more of those? Oh my God, my knees don't hurt, my back doesn't hurt. And I'm like, yeah, here, try with a little bit of THC. And now it works better. Magic. Right?
That's awesome, man. Where do you see the industry going? Like with THC, CBD, like all across the country. I mean,
you're asking someone who's eyeballs deep in the industry.
Yeah, yeah.
What do I want to see? I want to see it go federally legal. I want 280E to disappear.
Right.
I want to be able to ship across state lines. I want to be able to ship internationally. Where is it going to go? I have no clue. Right?
No, that's our wish list. I'm on that wish list with you. That's what we want.
Yeah, 5 years ago I would have thought it would have happened already. You know, every year, this is our year. It's going to happen this year, and you know. Another year comes and goes, and we're still not federally legal, and we're still paying double taxes, and we still can't ship over state lines. And, you know, so eventually, this country has to catch up, right? We're falling behind. I mean, if you look at what's going on in Canada, if you look at what's going on in Mexico, if you look at what's going around, really around the globe right now, it really kind of pisses me off that our investment dollars are going to Canada.
Right. Yeah, that is amazing.
We have big, giant investment chunks, billions of dollars, and they're not staying in the U.S. They're not coming to the companies that really started this industry 10 years ago. They're flowing outside of this country. And, you know, someone who's trying to build this industry and you know, push it to the next level, it's frustrating to watch, right? So something has to happen at the federal level, hopefully soon, or we're going to be too far behind, right? I've been in million-square-foot automated greenhouses in Canada. They're impressive, right? We are falling behind very quickly here in the U.S., and if we don't change some things soon, right, we might not be able to catch up.
Correct. All right, let's wrap it up, Bob. I mean, in a nutshell, what do you want the public to know about Incredibles? If a person's walked in the store and they're like, I heard that from Bob. Let me get my legal limit right now.
You know what? Here's an interesting story that I just heard earlier this week. I was talking to one of our families, right, and we helped their kids out. And she was at a dispensary, and she heard someone say, you know, I don't want anything from that big company. We're a big company in this state, but we became big because we still care. We care about patients. We care about quality. We care about consistency. We care about what we bring to market. We are proud of every single product that we bring to the market. We're a big company because we do things correctly and we do things the right way. You know, so that shouldn't be a knock that we've been successful because we do good.
No, you care and great customer service. That's what it's about.
You know, it's funny to hear that some people think that that's a negative, right? And you know, if you want my opinion of our company, we still care, right? The reasons we started this company, which were for patients, quality, and consistency, are still what we carry to work every day. You know, it's about making the best products we can, getting them to the customers, being supportive, trying to come up with new and innovative delivery methods, you know, so we keep innovating, but it's still all revolves right back to the patients, right, and making sure that people can count and trust our products. And that's what I want people to know.
That's it. You heard that. Heard it first here on Hotbox Productions. My man Bob. No, I appreciate you, man. Like I said, you got up early. You out here in the community. You still doing things. I love that, man. I love it.
Thank you.
Hotbox, baby. Pete, don't forget about it. You're always going to see about it. Hotbox Productions, baby. Holla at your boy Blaze.
Thank you.
No, man. I love it.
Good stuff.
It is a wrap.